Welcome. It's time to decode the 1111 and all the other numbers that you've been seeing on your stove, on your receipts, on license plates. And in the next 60 minutes or so, you're going to learn to decode Spirit's number language so that you can clearly understand what actions to take when you see numbers like 1111 on the clock. Let me know in the comments below what number sequences you have been seeing lately. This is for you if you keep seeing certain numbers on the clock and you look them up on Google, right? 1111, 134, 444, whatever, only to feel even more confused and sort of like, huh? This is also for you if your intuition is saying you're supposed to do something about it when you see these numbers. It's like, okay, I keep saying the same thing every day or over and over again. What do I do? I'm not sure what to do. We're supposed to do something about it. Yes. Okay. Who am I? Why should you be here? Why do you have to listen to me, or why should you listen to me? Well, I'm a former network administrator. Network administrator is a fancy name for computer geek. I used to put servers and do computers in big buildings and stuff like that. And then also as a power engineering instructor. And so what does that mean? Well, numbers, right? I like numbers. I've always liked numbers. And I'm the author of The Power of 8 Lenormand and Chakra Oracle Card series. I love numbers, right? I do have some really great referrals and testimonials. You know, Cindy says Trina's the real deal. She gives accurate readings with a lot of details. She has many gifts and is good at what she does. I highly recommend her. So thanks, Cindy, for saying that. And Chris from our intuitive community, love and much appreciation for the energy cleanse and the intuitive readings from our dear Trina Amiot, helping me through the hardest time of my life. I speak and write fluently in French, so comment ça va. Love singing and playing the Red Hot Chili Peppers and Pearl Jam on the guitar. By the way, guitar and music has a lot to do with math, the language of the universe, numbers, and that's what we're talking about today. And I enjoy a good bottle of Malbec and dark chocolate caramels. Speaking of dark chocolate caramels, you know, when you've seen that movie, Forrest Gump, and he says, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Well, that's kind of untrue for us because there's the paper guide inside. So there's always a guide, right? A blueprint, and numbers are the blueprint to this universe. Let's talk about the language of this universe, the math. We got binary code, which is computers, those zeros and ones off or on switches that create the coding. We've got the Fibonacci spiral sequence, for example. Fibonacci's sequence is like when you see those snail shells or you see the hurricane, that's like the spiral effect. It's called the Fibonacci sequence. And then you can see beehives and fractals. So it's like fractals are when you zoom in or zoom out, it's the same shape repeats itself. So let's say you're looking at a plant and you look really close at the plant and then you zoom out of the plant, the same shapes, the same images appear. That's called fractals. And of course, there's the music, the solfeggio frequencies, for example. And by the way, I've been really enjoying listening to solfeggio music at night with all the chaos of Pluto moving into Aquarius. Solfeggio music is healing, you know, using numbers to heal. I want you to think about numbers of 1 to 9, okay? So we're thinking 1 to 9. That's the main base numbers. And so think of them like a movie. 1 is the beginning, the intro, the potential, right? And 5 is the middle, where the excitement or the chaos happens. And 9 is the end. Think about a line, 1 to 9. You're going to be on your way to learning these number sequences that the universe sends us all the time. So when we talk about 1111, for example, that's lots of ones, right? And even in the Bible, it says in the beginning, number 1. Right? And so when we look at 1111, we have to know what the 1 means, because there's a lot of them, right? Well, 1 is the potential, an idea, a gift from the cosmos. This is like your first house of self in astrology, or the aces in tarot, where you get a gift from the universe in some way. Independence, leadership, being original. Basically, the 1 is the beginning, right? The beginning of the movie. It's the potential. The 1111 has 4 ones involved, right? Quadruple ones. So we also have to look at the meaning of the 4. Because when we go 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, that equals 4. Well, the 4 is about stability, hard work, being grounded, having a plan, being disciplined. And when we think about the 4, we think like 4 legs holding up the table, right? We think of 4 corners of our foundation in our basement, building, right? And when we look at that picture, there's 4 cubes. He's building up towards a better thing, a stable plan. We're going to do another example. We look at the number sequence first, then we look at them individually. So here we got 1:34 p.m. All right, let's pretend you're always seeing 1:34 all the time lately. Or you see $1.34 all the time, or 134 somewhere on the license plate, whatever. You're seeing 134. That's the example I'm giving here. First, we add it up. 1 plus 3 plus 4 equals 8. 8 is the number of empowerment and abundance. So already the number sequence is saying, okay, we need to work towards abundance and empowerment. That's the theme of the message I'm sending you. Pretend I'm the universe sending you that message, 134. So we know the theme, but now we have to look at each number 1, 3, and 4 individually to get the details of how to get there. This is how to get to the 8 of abundance. Okay. So then what we do is we look at this little chart I made. You could take a screenshot of this if you'd like. We already know the 8 is about empowerment and abundance. Remember, that was the theme because we added it up. Success comes from personal mastery. Ambition helps you reach new heights. Wonderful. But how do I do that? That's where we look at those individual numbers 1, 3, and 4. So what's the 1? We already know, taking leadership. Don't let this opportunity go to waste. And then number 3, we need to learn to blend and grow with others because 3 is about creativity and communications. And finally, the 4 is about grounded, disciplined, planning, and hard work pays off. So how do we get to the 8 of the main message of empowerment and abundance? We take action on the opportunities that are presented to us with the 1. We communicate, we blend, and we merge, and we grow with others. We don't do it alone with the 3. We do it with help for other people. And of course, the 4 means to get to the abundance, to get to the empowerment of the 8, we need to have a plan. And remember, hard work pays off. Okay, so there's an example here of how we would decipher 134. And you can do this with any number sequence. This is how to decode your day of birth, any number on the clock. So let's pretend, for example, just looking at this, that you were born March 3rd. Okay, so we look at the 3. That means you were born here to be the bringer of light. This is about your learning to merge, blend, grow with others. This is about igniting hope, creativity, and imagination. So when we look at birthdays, because the birthday, the day you were born, means so much. It tells you so much about where you're going in life or what you're here in this lifetime to learn. So let's take me, for example. I'm a 22. I'm January 22. 2 plus 2 equals 4. So I look at the 4, right? This is about being a manager, likes to be different and unique, which is totally true, by the way. And examining and building a solid foundation, having security, creating stability, creating boundaries, help from the angels as well, which is great because when I first started out my businesses, intuitive guide and all that, I was all into angels, right? I still am, but the focus now is more about teaching you how to read the angel messages. There would be like an example of the 4 when I add 2 plus 2. And then when I just look at the 2 individual numbers, 2 and 2, I need to look at the 2. So I look at the 2. What does that mean? The intuitive teacher or negotiator, partnerships I'm learning in this lifetime, decisions and choices, duality, sharing knowledge, multitasking, juggling, technology, the details. And that's very true. I love technology. I'm very much about teaching. I have lots of teachers in my family and I like teaching. And also, partnerships. I've had a lot of bad relationships. Well, not necessarily bad, but a lot of learning ones, like learning about partnerships and things like that, right? So definitely my 22 matches this chart. So try your birthday, for example. I only have 1 to 4 here showing, but you are going to get the free whole chart, okay, after this presentation. Another free gift I wanted to show you is this thing I made, the Intuitive Reading Playbook. This is about doing your own reading, no psychic powers required. The Intuitive Reading Playbook. Okay, so this is also free. This is about doing an accurate, insightful reading, even if you're not actually intuitive. Because in my thousands of readings that I've done in the past decade, I've seen that a lot of this stuff you can do without being intuitive. It's just about reading the numbers. It's about reading the patterns. And so I want to show you that by starting you off with the Intuitive Reading Playbook. Okay, so that's free as well. And before we take our break, I wanted to give you a quick shout about what I'm doing next. Okay, this is about, I'll teach you to make predictions for only $7 a month. And so I've created a new thing called the Intuitive Hacks Lab with a free trial, $7 a month after you try it, Canadian. And what this is basically a huge brain dump. It's the largest collection of templates, PDFs, masterminds, intuitive training videos on planet internet. And I'm continually adding to it. It's all my best techniques, all my fastest, efficient techniques, so that you can ditch the $2,000 courses and just do this, because you're going to learn quicker, faster, and only take what you want at that moment. You don't have to take a whole big old course to learn something. Like, let's pretend you just want to know face reading really quick, or you want to know energy healing things really quick, or you want to know how to read astrology charts really quick. That's what I teach you, because I like teaching you fast, easy techniques so that you get on board quicker, faster, and stop wasting time. Because I find that there's a lot of fluff on the internet. I find that there's just a lot of additional information that I don't really care about. And so I've made this, Intuitive Hacks Lab for us all. And there's a free trial if you want to try that out. Yes, something I'm very interested in. Awesome. I love that. I nerd out on numbers, by the way. Like, numbers are my thing. I'm always constantly looking at the clock or trying to figure out, why did I get this number here? And even today, when I made a deal with a business owner today, I was getting out of my truck to go in there with my business stuff. And guess what the clock said just before went in there? 444. Stability, security, planning, hard work pays off, right? And so that is super cool. When you start to recognize numbers, the universe sends you more, right? Spirit sends you more, or maybe it's just our brains programming the video game of life and sending ourselves this information. Who knows? But in any case, I like to think it's the universe and the angels and all that sending the numbers. And so I think that's pretty cool. Okay, so what's next? All right, so we're going to take a break. Okay, so I'm going to be putting this up. Time for a break. Go do your business for about 5-10 minutes. Then we're going to come back. If you're still interested in hanging out with me, I'm going to do some free readings, right? Some card readings, and maybe give you a little bit of insight into March, because March is a 2 month. And that is about partnerships, right? We learned the 2. But the 2 is also further than that. It's also about in astrology. It's about money and how do we make more money, as well as partnerships. So it could be we make more money by partnering more with others, right? It could be that simple. And, there's a lot of meanings to chakra related with the 2. And we'll be talking a little bit about that too when we have after our break. See, the 2 is this chakra, the orange sacral chakra, which is all about fun, pleasure, and the reproductive and partnership, love, romance, right? Everything down there, if you know what I mean, right? So it's all about that. It's about having fun. March is a great month if we take advantage of the 2, right? Okay, so it's time for some free readings. Who wants a free reading? So let's start. Oh, and you get a color booklet with it too. Color booklet, because that's important. We need color in our lives, don't we? That's something I wanted to say too before I get into your reading, Joanne. Oh, luck. Look, you got luck already. I didn't even shuffle. This is what the bottom card was, and that's always means something. So number 2, luck, which I just talked about before we went on a break, March being a 2-month, didn't I? Let's shuffle them up. These cards are awesome because they're soft touch, by the way. We made them soft touch so that it feels like a dolphin skin or rose petals when you like shuffle and rub them on your face. I like rub them all over my body. So you're getting a letter message, Joanne, too, okay? Abundance. So Joanne, you win March. Not only did you get that clover of luck on the bottom, but now you're getting the abundance card of fish money.